Good afternoon, good evening, good morning to everybody out there. Jason here, Signature Esports, and a pleasure just to have you live at a charge. A little countdown to green action here, presented by Lunatic Designs. We are here and we are ready to go. It's Friday Night Cup Series action here with the dang old Chop Shop Racing Cup Series. It's awesome. It's a day. Drivers are qualifying. Drivers are putting in the time. They're putting in the energy, and they're putting in some dang old speedy Gonzalez laps. And, well, you know, it's all about that time. So, Chopp'N It Up Podcast Cup Series here tonight. Ready to rock and roll. Good to see you all out there. Hope you're all having a wonderful Friday evening as we have our back-to-back broadcasts tonight. We'll start with number one. Oh, Chop Chop. We love what Chop Chop does. And love this series. Love the Cup Series. They have a lot going on when it comes to league racing, and we absolutely love them. So, check them out if you haven't done so. I appreciate everybody doing the thing by hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button, hitting that follow button, wherever you're out there. I appreciate you if you do it. If you don't do it, that's okay. It's all right. Thank you for stopping in. It's good to be awesome. 2 mile length racing surface. We're going to be at Autoclub or Fontana, however you want to call it. 212 laps tonight. Stage lap completion of lap 30. No fast repairs. 4 sets of tires total. 100% fuel for the drivers. 88 degrees on qualifying and 88 degrees here for the racing surface. 77 degrees on the air temperature. 34% humidity, cloudy skies. 15-mile-an-hour wind. It's going to be shaky. Yeah, California racing surface on the West Coast as it would be. Starting grade for tonight's race, Joe Hudson is going to be your Stay Tuned Sports pole sitter. Stay Tuned Sports all about getting out there and talking about everything sports, so make sure you check them out. Jimbo and the boys over there do a phenomenal job. Check them out on Apple iTunes. You can check them out on Spotify. You can also check them out on YouTube at Stay Tuned Sports, so make sure you check them out. Chris Justice is going to be your outside pole sitter. Nathan Bigart, Michael Strickland are going to make up row number 2 here tonight on the start of this one. Anthony Crownover and John Hammond are going to make up row number 3. Joshua Siegfried, Tyler Lember are going to be there in row number 4. Fed Chase, Pat Green in row number 5. Jeremy Bailey and Brian Rayburn in row number 6. Row 7 is going to be Brian Fine, Mark Retchen, Jerry Culver, Jason Day are going to make up row number 8. Adam Dama, Mike Mueller in row number 9. Robert Church, Ron Holyfield in row number 10. Jeff Laraway, Craig Bridge Jr., and then Jeff K. Brandon Banks in row 12. Row 13 will be Jacob Emery and Brad Dove. Row 14 will be Tony Sanders and Clint Hackett, Brock Duty, Chris Roberts, and David Steiner out there. 31 drivers tonight, the Cup Series. Joe Hudson gets his first pole of the season. Penguin is the race controller, and Penguin does Penguin things. That's how we look at it. Look at that. All that. Nice and smooth. I like it. Oh, yeah. All the magical stuff happens. Let's do 2 things. I need to make sure that on the intros. So, Chop Shop's Cup intro, I need to make a change to their intro, so I didn't play it today because they're in season 6. So, I need to do some editing and fix that. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to get a whole new one because, you know, I absolutely love, you know, the videography side of things, and want to make sure that they get that. So stay tuned to that. We'll have that for next week, and we appreciate Chop Shop and what they do. Chop Shop also gives us our driver cams, and Adam Dama is going to be the number 1 driver cam. He was in early. He was in dang old early. The Dama Lama, ready to go. Then there's Clint Hackett. He's ready to go as well. And then the man, the myth, the legend, Jason Day. He's on board. I like being able to see across his shoulders. Pretty cool. Chris Justice, one of the heart rate monitor right there is going to again start outside pole. So Justice with Malenko Gaming giving it a big old heck yeah. There's Mr. Church, the church man, the churchist, the biggest pythons in all of iRacing. That is the man right there. Oh, Robert Church, ready to rock and roll. And I believe we got one more. There's Jerry Culver, the biggest beard in all of iRacing as well. We love that man. And we appreciate all that he's doing, and all the drivers that are going to get out there and have some fun. Drivers are ready to go. I'm ready to go. You're ready to go. Let's do the thing. Marathon day number 50. Has been ready as we'll look at it. I don't think they're going to go green just yet. I think you're going to go one more round. So we'll get everybody all knocked out. Jacob Emery again on pit road. David Steiner there. Yeah, they're going to wait one more. So Chris Justice coming around. Going to lead him around here. Joe Hudson ready to rock and roll. Oh, Joe, I like seeing it. I like seeing Joe Hudson out there up on that beautiful, 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 beautiful pole position. How about Stay Tuned Sports? Stay Tuned Sports is awesome. Chopp'N It Up podcast is also on Spotify. That is the podcast for this league, and we absolutely love seeing Chop Shop and all the fam out there ready to rock and roll. So check them out. Make sure that you go to youtube.com/chopshop_TV. You can also look for the Chopp'N It Up podcast out there. It's absolutely a blast to be able to see and be able to be a part of. And if we have any drop frames, folks, do apologize about it. We're trying. I'm working through and testing some things out, and absolutely doing everything we can to just have some fun. So yeah. 49-14-01-88. Start to the race about to happen. Again, stage completion at the completion of lap 30. If the caution were to come out prior to that, then we'll see what's going to happen there. So, pace car, sharp left-hand turn. Restart zone coming up here at Fontana. Oh, let's go. Green, green, green. Ooh, baby. How about it? Frames win games. 5-7, Brian Fine out of the bottom side, trying to get after Joshua Siegfried on the 85 up top. We'll see the 15 of Jeremy Bailey in the mix. Anthony Crowder up on the outside lane. Stryker off a spot from the start of the race. 88 working. As John Hammond goes to work, all the things that do bring us the things. Chris Justice, your race leader, took over the lead over Joe Hudson. Nathan Bigart in tow, a little dirty air. But how about the 01? Little Cowabunga on board. We appreciate somebody who loves the Ninja Turtle so much. We appreciate seeing Ninja Turtle paint schemes. I'm just saying. Justice, 0.3 of a second lead. Joe Hudson managing as he goes. Mark Ratchet up a spot. Hard charger right now. Jeff K. and Tony Sanders. Tony Sanders up 8 spots accordingly. As the 100 of Mike Mueller up on the outside lane. Let's go for the Budgie Bird. Appreciate you, Budgie, for being out there. Thank you to everybody for being out there. We appreciate all that. Penguin, how are you doing? Besides the motorcycle.
Okay. Yeah, I'm doing all right, though. I took the day off today because of everything going on and had a relaxing day, and now we're racing.
Yep. I like do the cha-cha. Yep. I like Fontana. I like Autoclub. Autoclub's such a good racetrack. It really is. These cars look sexy on this racetrack. This league did such a good job. I'll tell you what, Big Art is searching here. He's trying to save a little tire. Little outside line run. Side draft from Joe Hudson and Chris Justice there. You see Nate looking for a run here. John Hammond up a couple of spots just behind. And running the old Monster Energy paint scheme. I do like that one. If you're out to watch it on YouTube and on Twitch, make sure you hit the settings icon. If your device is able to, you can watch in 1440p, which is absolutely awesome. Just saying. Facebook, I'm sorry. You're not allowed to watch in 1440p. Striker, bottom side of the racetrack. What happened? Let's take a look. He just got free. Able to save it, though. Right on that bottom side of the racetrack, second lane. So just some tire differences there. Joe Hudson, Chris Justice, Big Art. Justice working a little bit of the outside lane. Big Art trying to pick that spot off here. The Toyota. Got him into the Chevrolet, and then Anthony Crowder, Chevrolet. Fords make up 4 of the top 10 spots. Chevrolet's 4 of the top 10 as well. Toyota's out front, Joe Hudson and Chris Justice. Big ol' yeah. Jacob Emery just ahead of your race leaders. David Steiner, a lap or so down. Trying to get working here. Emery 37.61 is the time. So Joe Hudson, these drivers actually playing catch up here. Bigard working the outside lane on Chris Justice. We'll see if a little bit of the dirty air helps the cause. Justice down on the bottom side. Joe Hudson utilizing all of the race line here to be able to push. Big Art with a big run on the back straightaway. Chris Justice up to the side draft, trying to get to that quarter panel. It's going to duck right back in. And now a 10th the gap to Joe Hudson. Joe to the bottom side. Big Art, second lane. Chris Justice down to the bottom. Big Art trying to run that outside lane in 3 and 4. It's going to have a big run here. It's within a car length. Now up to the back bumper. Half car length. 10 laps into this one. 20 laps to go to stage next time by. Maximum effort, folks. Maximum effort. Thank you, YouTube, for all the fantastic likes you guys have going on. Really appreciate that. As always, thank you to all the hydrates. Thank you to all the people doing the B area of things. I appreciate that. Big Art's running about second lane, third lane. We're seeing a lot of drivers trying to make up some ground here. John Hammond back a couple of spots. Managing the car. Looking the outside on Brian Fine, who's up 8 spots now, accordingly. And the bank's up 7. From the tail of the field. Robert's up 9. Is trying to make that hard charge again. The 98 working right to the back bumper to the 21. Is Tony Sanders up 7. Robert's back on the inside. Big Art takes the lead over Joe Hudson. We'll see who's going to be able to have this one. Fontana, Autoclub, a wonderful, wonderful racetrack. It's a racetrack that is surely going to be missed. And I'm again a huge fan of this racetrack. The racing here is always top notch. And you know, try to make it manageable and try to make it work. Palpable is not the key. Is not the word. I promise you. Got over looking to the inside on Chris Justice. Joe Hudson to the bottom. Dirty air is going to be very much in play. Emery on the outside lane. 2x2 was 3 wide for a moment there. Big run for the 15. There's Jacob Emery. Emery was a lap down. He'd be the first driver a lap down. Striker will have to try to work on staying on the lead lap. And right now, going to play catch up to a couple of drivers. Chris Justice still battling with a couple of drivers here. Joe Hudson will have the 27 in tow. Joe Hudson losing second here, and I wanted to look at kind of what was going on there. As Hammond works to the bottom side. John Hammond right there on the back bumper of the 49. 27 up on the outside lane. 5-5 goes out of the corner. Good to go. Brian Fine up 7, still working. Little wall tap there for the 85 of Joshua Siegfried. They work on the front straightaway. The air is huge. Big Art quarter second. 14 rolling. Frames win games, folks, and if you don't have an iRacing subscription today, I encourage you to check one out. I want you to use, if you sign up for an iRacing subscription, make sure you use the name Paul Walters 2. It is Paul, and then the name, the last name is Walters with the number 2 at the end of the S. That'll give some extra credits to one of the non-drivers out there who helps out. And you know what? I hope you say everybody's subscription. If you want to do that, I'd appreciate you. 27 up to the outside. Anthony Cronover working. Cloud cover on the racetrack right now for a lot of the drivers. Changing things up. And right now, it's 3 wide again. But Tyler Lemon looking to rock in a hard spot. He's up on the outside lane trying to push on. Tyler sees the 85 on the inside, 85-15, 85 on corner exit, 29. Ooh, net code from the 15 to the 85, 29 backs out of the throttles, good to go. Our correction to the 24, he is at 3, moving. How about Churchy up 6 spots? This paint scheme screams Mercury. And, of course, Napa Auto and, well, you know, some of the cool paint schemes that we see out of Kyle Larson and the Larson camp at number 5. Crown over to the 01. Crown over bottom side. Going to look for a little bit of clean air. Chris Justice still in 3rd. Joe Hudson's going to be in 4th. How about John Hammond up? Still a spot. Brian Fine up 7. Drivers trying to pick their spots equally as Brandon Banks works up a couple of spots here. Banks holding on. Tony Sanders and Chris Roberge, both drivers trying to work. Pat Green of the 90. Awful few. Maybe save a little bit of tire for the long run here. We'll see. Big Art still 2/10 of a second difference here as Cronover searches for clean air on the bottom side of the racetrack. Drives up the race line in tow. Now a quarter second. Hammond back on the outside. Going to clear Brian Fine into the corner. Mack on board. The racing is huge. Cronover trying to back up the corner. Getting a run down the back straightaway. Low in 1 and 2 for Big Art. High in 3 and 4. Cronover gets some moves. Going to work the bottom side of the racetrack. Big Art still on the outside. Cronover trying to slide up to pull the draft. Anthony Cronover, Nathan Big Art side by side on the front straightaway. Cronover able to manage his race line just a little bit better. Big Art's now within the distance. Big Art up on the outside lane. Cronover was running that lane a 10th. Now the gap. Will be able to be up on that draft. Soaks up the dirty air. 2/10 of a second. We'll see if Big Art looks to try to change the corner. That's up to run high. Big Art into the wall a little bit there. Going to lose some time on the corner. Cronover trying to lead the lap. Is not going to get that lap led. We'll see if Anthony can slide the corner here. Out on the bottom side, second lane, 01. Trying to manage 27, having to shorten his way around the racetrack. Chris Justice in tow. Now has a big run. Justice to the bottom. Cronover up on the outside lane. A chase off 2 as Brian Rayburn just ahead. The lead working. Crystal, appreciate you. Ryder Banks up 11. Wilbur still up 12. What a work on a spot or 2 here. Right now, Crownover trying to make it happen. Bump, bump, bump. He's so close, he can almost high-five him. 22 of 112 being completed. Maximum effort. 27. Good search for air there. 1. Trying to step away. But again, the draft on this racetrack, massive. A lot of drivers back here trying to work. Tony Sanders and the 21. Trying to manage the racetrack. 5-2 on the bottom side. Jason Day. Berge. Same concept. Mike Mueller off a spot. Still holding on. Jerry Culver back onto the outside. 23 of 112. Anthony Crownover trying to clear Nathan Bigart. Bigart able to manage the air. Little wall scrape there for the 27. Should be fine. We'll lose a little bit of time, but nothing too serious. Hammond, 2 spots gained. Brian Fine still trying to work to the bottom. Trying to slide the corner on Hammond. Not going to be able to do so. John's going to be able to pull the corner here and go back to it. It's tough to pass on 20 lap older tires. 20 lap old tires are, I mean, it becomes almost single file racing. You have to set up the pass and you have to clear the pass very quickly. Crownover back out of the throttle, sets up for corner exit. Nathan Bigart trying to hold the outside lane. Jeremy Bailey in 9th. Brian Rayburn right behind. Rayburn 74 on board. Yeehaw. Give it sub to Dove. Thank you very much. I appreciate you, Budgie. Give me a gifted sub. The gift of a sub goes a long way. We aren't trying to make the draft there on the bottom of the racetrack. Down over. And Chris Justice right in tow. John Hammond still working the outside lane. 25 of 112. Brian Fine just behind. A big run. This is right front damage for Brian Fine here. You see him. He's going to bump John Hammond. Whoa. What in the world was that? Whoa. What was that? Brian Fine trying to hold on to the back bumper. Crownover. Chris Justice trying to lurk. Nathan Bigart running a little bit different of a line here. Thank you for the gifted sub. I don't know what that sound was. What in the world was that sound? Nathan sliding around the racetrack. It's interesting. Up and around the corner on the bottom side, 27 to the 14. John Hammond still working. 3/4 of a second, 3 laps to go to the stage. 28 underway. I don't know what that sound was. It scared the crap out of me. know if it came
I
across
didn't
the
hear it,
stream.
so
I don't know if it came across the stream, but whoosh. The guard's drifted away from the wall. I don't know. I don't know, Budgie. I don't know what that was. I've never heard that. I was confused. Here, the living dog snot out of me. Let's take a look at the task manager, see if there's something going on. Yeah. I don't know what it was. I don't know. All right, lap 30 underway. Caution out here for some reason. Stage
might
had
have thrown that a little early.
maybe a lap early. It's okay. It's okay. Half a lap early. It's okay. Yeah. I don't know what it was. Scared the crap out of me. Okay. We're all good. Stage one is going to be Nathan Bigard, Chris Justice, Anthony Cronover, Joe Hudson, Brian Fine, your top 5. John Hammond, Joshua Siegfried, Tyler Lemon, Jeremy Bailey, Brian Rayburn, your top 10. Fred Chase, Brandon Banks, all working. So we'll see how this one will fare out.
I literally looked at it and my brain said he was already on 30.
Oh.
So I hit the yellow, thinking he was crossing the line for 31. And then I blinked and it said 30 still. And I was like, huh?
It's okay. It's okay, man. It's okay. Okay, man. All right, drivers coming to pit road. We're going to take a hydrate break. Y'all consider doing the same thing. Chopp'N Up Medium Podcast. Go make sure that you follow them. Yeah, like right now. Thank you, Budgie. I appreciate it. Thank you for the hydrate and stretch. Folks, I hope you're having a wonderful evening as we get ready to settle the rest of the race. Anthony Crownover, Nathan Bigart. Crownover wins the race off pit road. It'll be all about clean air from here on in. And a green flag pit stop. Rayburn up 6, 21 spots gained for Crystal Burr. She came in. Some drivers took right side tires only based on usually how the inside tire wears on this racetrack. That's not a bad call. Chris Justice, Anthony Crownover, Nathan Bigart, Tyler Lemon in tow to the 01. Whoa, little free, little wiggle for the 85. Rayburn, very bottom side of the racetrack, trying to get clear of the 15 of Jeremy Bailey. Massive 35 of 112. So far, so good. Rayburn trying to work. Jason Day still up 6. Let's go to our driver cams. I haven't spent enough time on them. Let's rock and roll. Chris Justice in second. Fastest lap of the race. Currently held by Chris Justice at 39.84. That's Dama right there for you. Adam Dama having a few issues. He said some FPS issues going on. He's rolling. Good driver working. Pat Green also leaving pit road. Something happened over that driver. There's Clint Hackett. Working. 14 spots gained. Trying to work on just a little bit of time. Joe Hudson had a few extra seconds on pit road during that cycle, so we'll see what Joe Hudson has in store for this field as they go. There's Jason Day, my fellow Jason out there, 5'2", from New Brunswick, Canada as well. Victoria, British Columbia for Berge. I believe I might have that backwards. Hold on. Bam. He's from Victoria. New Brunswick is from Berge. Yeah, there you go. See? Sometimes I'm right. Sometimes I'm wrong. Tonight, I was wrong. Woohoo! There is Chris Justice, 3/4 of a second, trying to travel. Justice trying to hold off the 01. Looking. Everything about VR. Is that right there? Oh, big slide for the 29. Tyler Lemon, very bottom side. Woo! Tyler Lemon had such a big run there. It almost broke up. About Churchy. Albert Church into the field right now, still holding on to what he's got. Is yet to come to pit road. He got that lap back, able to hold on. Knoxville, Iowa. His mama works at that Iowa racetrack. You know, that famous one. It might be semi-famous. Might be home to the Knoxville Nationals. Nationals. Words. Knoxville Nationals. Yeah. Might be home to that. How about Jerry? Jerry Culver is off 7 from the start of the race. Managing what he can currently. Right now, Will Burge. Is Jeff K going around? Jeff K, little wiggle. Will Burge giving up some room, but we'll see. Jerry Culver can do as the 48 of Ron Holyfield up on the outside lane. Brock Duty in tow. Come on, Jerry. Let's do the twist. How you doing, everybody? How's your mama, then? On over to Nathan Bigart, 3/10 of a second difference here. Bigart to Chris Justice, Tyler Lemon and tow, side by side for Siegfried and Brian Rayburn. Fred Chase, a couple of spots gained. Jason Day up 8. Brandon Banks up 14 inside the top 10. John Hammond in tow, 5-5 off 5. Trying to work his way back forward. That's a good car tonight, so love to see what's going to be able to happen here over the course of the long run. 40 of 112. Crown over your race leader, quarter seconds. Nathan Bigart, trial on the bottom side. Lines up and out. Crown over trying to dump the dirty air, but Bigart running just a little bit differently. And fifth gear rolling down to the bottom side of the racetrack. 27. Trying to dump the air. 10.5 the gap. Anthony Crownover working the outside lane. Bigart traveling. Dama just ahead. Whoa! Bigart works side by side with Anthony Crownover, sends it down into the corner. We'll see if the 01 tries to slide the 27 here on drive off. Crownover's gonna be able to extend. Bigart little free there on the corner. Gonna make it work. Everybody holding on to everything they have. So far, so good. Bigart trying to set up the corner. Anthony Crownover just ahead. On the bottom side. And here comes Chris Justice. Tyler Lemon in tow as well. Tyler with a big run as well. Big swing for the fence here. Every one of the drivers hold on. Everything they got. 29 still working second, third lane. All the way into that second lane. Dama corner exit. We'll see Bigart clear. Bigart trying to close back in 3/10 of a second. Got to cool the tires off. Go back at it. Try it again. Chris Justice in tow. Clean racing so far. And Dama's having a blink issue there. 5-2 still working. Oh, baby. I wonder if it's Dama's camera. I'll kick Dama off the camera. Let's hang him up. I don't really want to, but we're gonna. If he's not having a good race because of it, I want to make sure that it's not the camera that's causing any issues or some frame issues as well. I want him to run the camera. But we'll hang it up. We'll call it good. We'll make sure that that's not the case. He looks to be fine now. 85. Woo! Barely clears. Joshua Siegfried there. Or I'm sorry, Jason Day there. 85. Trying to work the corner. 82 still up on the outside lane. Crown over. 3/10 of a second difference here. Corner exit. Bigart trying to work the corner up near the wall. Chris Justice 1.3 back. Tyler Lemon working. Go to the back bumper to the 14. Tyler Lemon getting there. Dama up over the wall just a little bit. He's fine. He's good. Corner exit. Holds on to it. Nice job. Gary Bailey clears Rayburn as well. Brock Duty up 6. Roberge up 9. Losing some spots here due to the tire difference. 27 corner out. The 01 trying to make it work. Over with a head of steam on the front straightaway. Utilizing a little bit of the race line. A little bit of difference. Brown over Bigart out of the corner. Brown over trying to pull away once again. Tyler Lemon. Joshua Siegfried. Jason Day. How about Brandon Banks? 8 car. Up 17 spots working his way forward. 47 to 112. Brown over managing here. .48 of 112 being completed. It is a good day to be a racer. about the news from the cover reveal happening tomorrow for NASCAR 25, which is probably one of the most anticipated console games coming to not just the iRacing platform, but to all the drivers out there that are looking for a new NASCAR game. Oh, one to the wall a little bit there. It's fine. Right over. Let me change his lane up a little bit there. There's a 27 working 01. Trying to get a run. Trying to develop the run. Off quarter exit. Not over, trying to pull away. Justice back to 14th. Tyler Lemon working. Pat Green back to pit lane. 5-2 of Jason Day. Working the bottom side on the 14. Anthony Cronover still a quarter second. Big Art working. See where the racing's happening. All over this dang old racetrack. Right at Banks. See a little bit of magic happening here. Big Art to Crownover. Crownover out of the corner. Big Art trying to slide. It's going to be free. Crownover still going to be able to be clear. You got to clear the corner. And Big Art was trying to swing for the fences there to get in front of the 27. Out of the bottom. Little dirty air. Here comes Tyler Lemon. Lemon third lane out of the corner. Up to the high side. Big Freak clears. He's going to be on that bottom side. It's Justice utilizing all the tire he can right now. Trying to save for the long haul. Crownover leads here 4/10 of a second. Tyler Lemon closing in. 01 out of the corner. 29 working. 29 to pull clean air. Going to make it happen. Crownover a 10th. Big Art. All the way to that third lane. Crownover might have given Big Art a run at him here. He's going to have it because Crownover out of the corner gets to the wall just a little bit there. Would be fine. A 10th and a half. Big Art trying to swing down to that third lane. 27 working the outside. And Big Art throttle up enough to be able to be clear. And try to side draft Anthony Crownover. Crownover working. Tyler Lemon in tow. This is the pass that Big Art wanted to make. The 27's going to have to push here. Big Art out of the throttle. Up into the door of the 27. Big Art pushed. He's going to swing here. He's going to swing hard. Trying to get a 10th on Anthony Crownover. That way he can clear out of the corner. Crownover's going to be back on the bottom side. And Crownover will swing here for himself. Out of the bottom, can he clear up? He'll be up to the door. 01 will be clear now. Had to use up Anthony Crownover there to be able to do so, but Tyler Lemon is in tow. He's going to be there looking to make the pass he needs. Jason Day still working in the outside lane. Tyler Lemon, third lane out of the corner. Little free, little wiggle. And Big Art, 4/10 of a second lead. Now Brad Dove ahead. Turns having a jump to pit road. Anthony Crownover trying to back up the corner. Got to get a run here. This Big Art, has he used up his tires enough to make it happen? Brandon Banks. Got a good race line. Jason Day, a little wall tap there, no big deal. Looking for clean air. The 8 to the outside. John Hammond back to 13th. Trying to work forward. I know John Hammond. He's got something up his sleeve. And I like to see it. Joe Hudson was your post hitter tonight. Got to working his way back forward. Hudson 2, the quarterback from Big Art. Big Art's last lap, 40.62. Anthony Crownover, 40.53. Tyler Lemon, 40.47. Brandon Banks, 40.37. Right now, that's the driver. Let's try to utilize the air. 8 to the 5-2. RB, thank you for the like, sir. Big Art to Crownover, a quarter second. 27. Facing the lineup. Brandon Banks to third. Banks works Siegfried. There to the inside of the 5-2. Big Art trying to chase away the drivers behind him. As Tyler Lemon swings with the 8. 8 to the bottom. Double backing up the corner. Big run. Going to slide up behind the 27. Half second the gap now for Big Art. John Hammond. Pit road. 58 of 112. Do you split the stage? Do you put yourself in some contention? The fall off on the tires right now, only about a half second for a lot of the drivers. Big Art. 40-35 the last time by. Now Tyler Lemon not settling for the spot. 27 there over the bottom side. Crownover pushing up and out. This time Joe Hudson working to the 15. Rayburn coming to pit road. Big Art 4/10 of a second. Crownover. Brandon Banks. Brandon Banks swings to the bottom side of the racetrack. Quarter second. Tracking the leader. And doing so with much conviction. Jason Day just ahead of Tyler Lemon now. Whoa, into the wall a little bit. Braking zone just a little bit different for a few of the drivers here. Brian Fine of the 5-7. He's Brad Dove just ahead. Brad Dove still in the mix of the race leaders here. This is right in front of 8th. This Justice in 7th behind a few folks. Tyler Lemon dropping back. Siegfried on the outside. Brandon Banks, 3/10 of a second difference here. Trying to track down to the 01. Quarter second out. Big Art now trying to work away, utilizing that outside lane. Brandon Banks, bottom side, doing fine. Big Art not fooling Banks. Banks will travel where he needs to. Third lane for the 8. The drive off is pretty massive. But Brandon Banks, he's closing in the gap. Anthony Crownover sitting in 3rd. Jason Day sits in 4th. Joshua Siegfried in 5th. Tyler Lemon in 6th. Chris Justice in 7th. He's been saving. Got over to a little right side damage, a little door damage as well, but he looks to be fine. Brandon Banks backing up the corner. In the 01, get a little bit close to the wall there. Up in and out of pit lane. Gary Culver working, Stryker's working as well. Strickland, 14 spots. Got to work back. He flat spotted the tires earlier. Came to pit road and now having to work his way back to 4th. Big Art, whoa, big blank for Big Art. As now we see Robert Church. Absolutely going to do what he can here. Brandon Banks, Nathan Big Art, and Anthony Crownover. A good run for Crownover right now. Jason Day inside the top 5. everybody doing? Everybody holding on to their butts. It's been some good racing. Let's go 74. Ran out of fuel. Oh, dang. Oh, yeah, because you didn't come to pit road. Big Art quarter second to Brandon Banks. Crownover still in tow. That should come to pit road. The driver's completing 33 laps, and we're seeing green flag pit stops happening. Brock Duty jumping to pit road. Something happened to Brock. Oh, it must have had a connection issue or something. One. Got to maximize 5-2. Still the outside. Siegfried side by side with the 29. Here comes Chris Justice. The 5 of Church. Still up into the mix. 85 there to the inside. Going to get freed up there just a little bit. 5 little wall tap, 14 to the back bumper. Crownover, Brandon Banks, Nathan Bigart, everybody chasing each other. Old Churchy doing the thing. Literally the biggest pythons in all of iRacing there, folks. He said, "Welcome to the gun show. The beach is over there." Yeah. Couple of drivers, couple more drivers coming to pit road. One of those drivers, this guy right here, Gary Culver coming down. Lap 66. Big enough racetrack to be able to get back on the lead lap quickly. Strickland on pit road as well. Everybody holding on. All right. Jeremy Bailey. Jeff K. I tell you what, pretty shocked at the lack of tire fall off for a lot of this. Jacob Emery just ran a 40-34. He was in on pit road on lap 31. So the drivers are running very decent lap times. 01. Right up against the wall. It's going to get pulled backwards a little bit. The 8. Now with a little bit of dirty air. We'll see what Brandon Banks has in store for Nathan Bigart. They look to manage the corner. Brandon Banks out of the bottom side. 8 working. Corner exit. Going to be right there to the back bumper of the 01. Keeps his nose for a little bit of clean air. The 8 to the inside. Side by side with the 01. Brandon Banks going to take over the lead. Will do so by a 10th. As he travels to the bottom side of the racetrack. Bigart looking. Going to be there. Banks takes over the lead and changes his line. He says, let's go. 69 of 112. He's out front. Crownover. Looking ahead at these two drivers. Bigart back into the mix. Bigart, little wall tap there. And Banks works that third lane. And now able to pull the corner with all of these drivers. Doing a pretty fine job. Jason Day just behind. Going to chase the drivers as well. This Justice. On the move, on the mends, on the way that it goes. We're inside of the 5-2. Good battle here between Jason Day, Anthony Crownover, Chris Justice, who's been saving a little bit of extra tire. And Tyler Lemon getting a shout out there. There's the man, the myth, the legend. 29 has Joe Hudson just behind him. Joe Hudson just closed in 2 seconds himself. So there's a lot to be said for what Joe's got going on. Joe was your pole sitter. You don't want to get into a straight-up dogfight with anybody. Nathan Bigart ahead. Off duty. Back to pit. Jumping back to pit road again. The draft is strong with these ones. Down over Jason Day. 40 laps to go this next time by. All right. Everybody's knocking it down. How about Clint Hackett inside the top 12? 16 spots gained is currently your dang old hard charger. Just having a solid day. Solid performance. Never know how. Manage it. Manage. Thinking killer. Outer Banks still holding a 10th and a half. Mueller coming to pit lane. Oh no. Oh no. Can he back up, get to back to pit lane? He locked it down. He did. He's fine. He's good. He's good. Oof. Thanks to Big Arts. Unable to escape. Chris Justice back to third. A second the gap. Joe Hudson 1.93 back. Hudson behind Tyler Lemon in seventh. Mueller in and out of pit lane. Roberge coming to pit road as well. Chris Roberge in 21st. Needing a full set with a lap down. Brandon Banks still running natural lane. 74 of 112. Bigart on his back bumper. Trying to let him breathe. Not going to let him breathe. Green bottom side. Pulls the race line 0-1. Back up with the outside lane. Trying to travel. Trying to take a big swing for the lead again. They all work. Thanks to Big Art. They push each other. Brian Fine to pit road. For the green flag, pit stops are happening. Don Hammond in 18th. Ryan Rayburn in 17th. Both drivers keep it on 57 and 58. Rayburn taking right side tires only. Bigart swinging here. Getting into the wall on the corner. The 8 of Brandon Banks. In the 0-1 travel. Right there again, back onto the back bumper. Chris Justice. 1.5 the gap. 40-42 for Brandon Banks and Nathan Bigard. Conover still sitting in that 4th spot. Jason Day in 5th, 11 spots gained. On Holyfield, Craig Bridge Jr., 5-2. And there's Joe Hudson. Hudson on the long run here has been pretty phenomenal. Hudson 2.5. Have been able to award. Joe Hudson was catching. Now a little bit of lap traffic there with him. Holyfield, Craig Bridge Jr. coming to pit road. Here comes Anthony Crownover down to pit road. Did not lock it up. Get himself back down. We'll see Joshua Siegfried in the 85 come to pit road as one of the drivers out in the lead. Going to make it happen. 0-1 for the 8. Down the back straightaway, the 0-1 with a big run here. Stand in that back bumper. Rutchin just ahead. Mark Rutchin kept it on the 62. Full cycle for all these drivers. Tires and fuel. Huge. It's Justice still trying to maximize 1.8. Is the top 2. Bump drafting their way away from the racetrack. 24 still bottom side. 01 still traveling that third lane, that fourth lane, and that fifth lane. It's right there. Can take a swing at it anytime he wants to. I think choosing not to. Trying to save the run. We'll see here as the 01 travels back in. Banks not pushing too hard here. 79 to 112. Those two go to work. Chris Justice still working 2 seconds. Joe Hudson 2 3/4. 40-57. Trying to work around Jason Day. He's a pole sitter. He's going to clear the 5-2. 5-2 right back to the back bumper. Back to the inside. The 5 there working. As the bump wrap trying to hold on. Joe Hudson trying to travel forward. Hudson down to the second lane. 5-2 up into the 49. Almost. 5-2 to pit road. Chris Justice to pit road. Drivers trying not to lock it down. Tyler Lemon, same concept. Jason Day might have very closely got a, I don't know if he got a penalty, but it was close. Big Arch, your race leader. Brandon Banks back to second. Pass for the lead just happened. Made me wonder if Jason Day was trying to maybe come to pit road. I'm not quite sure. There's Fred Chase, Jeremy Bailey. There's the 5, the 27 on a new set. 94, Fred Chase still working. Big Art coming to pit road. Brandon Banks staying out, 81 to 112. Big Art. Joe Hudson in on pit road as well. 31 laps to go next time by. Jeff K in 7th. Chris Justice a lap down. Brandon Banks still your race leader. Clint Hackett in 2nd. 13.7 back. Jeff K still working. There's a lot of drivers a lap down right now. And the one thing you don't want to see happen, well, could happen. Brandon Banks coming to pit road. Clint Hackett staying out. Is he coming to pit road this time by? Banks in. And Hackett looking at the bottom side of the racetrack is going to be there. Jeff K still there as well. So Clint Hackett coming to pit road. Jeff K committed. Big Arts leaving pit road. Round over. In tow, trying to get to the point of making it to the end. Brandon Banks getting his pit stop. Trying to leave Big Arts around 3 and 4. And Brandon Banks. Oh, Brandon Banks has an issue on pit road. Oh, no bueno. 3-second gap. Brandon Banks leaving pit road. Now we'll see what happens. Clint Hackett in on pit road is going to be leaving pit road. Jeff K, same concept. So Big Art back out front, 2.7 the gap. Chris Justice just ran a 39.89 on his last lap. Big Art now with some clean airs, got really not much to worry about. Brandon Banks would have cycled almost with him, would have had to get up to speed, but would have had enough relative to be able to try to track him back down. Well, we'll see. Brandon Banks, 7.2 seconds. No caution other than the stage caution so far. And a lot of drivers trying to maximize. Tyler Lemon, fastest lap of the race. Now Fred Chase, fastest lap of the race. 39.77 behind the 15 of Jeremy Bailey. Fred Chase full set and said, I see your lap time. Fred Chase, very bottom side of the racetrack. Brad Dove with the outside. Dove a couple of laps down. Dehan, thank you for the like, sir. Big R 2.4, Chris Justice. Last lap 40.2, Anthony Crowdover 40.2. Those drivers separated by about a lap. That's a 2.5 second gap. Anthony Crowdover Chris Justice trying to work. A bit of damage in the car ahead of Anthony Crownover. Justice pulls 3/4 of a second. There's Roberge coming around. Roberge, first driver off the lead lap. Jeff Laraway just behind him at 71. The right side damage for Jeff is pretty massive. Roberge came out on 72. Regard still 2.3. I'm trying to lean on it. Nathan putting on a show. They had a good race happening there. Banks, race you on pit road. To do what he can. Put himself back in the mix. Right at Banks. Going to clear Brian Fine. Fine in that 5.7. Came out on 74. Banks hit on 81. So a lap difference on tires to the race leader. Banks 7 3/4 seconds. Church leaving pit road. You got to remember, anything can happen. But 26 laps to go. This thing is, it's coming down to the wire. It's coming down to the wire. Throwing on exciting. Want to take a small hydrate break. Y'all should hydrate as well. Penguin, tell everybody to hydrate. They should listen to you.
Yeah, buddy, take a drink of water. Hydrate yourself.
See? Listen to Penguin. He's the RC. We'll be right back. right, 21 laps to go. Presented by Admin Box, and now 20 to go for Nathan Bigart, who has a 1 3/4 second lead over Chris Justice. Anthony Cronover is going to be in third. Jason Day in fourth. I watched somebody, because I had the stream planned. Somebody had an issue. There's John right there. This was on the back straightaway. There's John Hammond right there. He's fine. He's just lost a couple of spots there. Oh, might have been Joe. Joe Hudson. Having an issue on the bottom side of the racetrack. Here he is. Oof. Tight in the corner. Just gets free off corner exit. Naps on him a little bit. Near the wall. Did not bring out a caution, which was insane. Nathan Bigart, 1.4. Chris Justice in tow. 24 of Mark Retchen. Right there trying to work. Coulter, thank you for the like, sir. How are you doing? Appreciate you. $18 laps to go. Mike Mueller just ahead of Nathan Bigart. Mueller in 20th. Mark Retchen just behind, keeping on 62. Natural lap down here. Mueller still on the lead lap. In danger of going a lap down. Chris Justice. He's Anthony Cronover, not too far back. 1.75, try to make it happen. 27 on the bottom side. Mark on the outside. Oh, baby. To the wall just a touch. He's good. Cronover clears. Jason Day back into the mix as well. Siegfried in fifth. Ryan Fine back in the mix as well. Brandon Banks. 11.3 and trying to close it back down. It's Jeremy Bailey just down on the bottom side. 16 laps to go. 1.5 the gap for Nathan Bigart as 1.4 becomes the marker. Justice in tow of Mike Mueller. Chris Justice trying to work the race line. Bigart 40-44 his last time. Justice 40-29, closing in a tenth and a half. Needing to swing for the fences here a little bit. Nice and Duff. Yep. What about them apples? What about green flag pit stops at Autoclub? How about good racing at Autoclub? That's what we're seeing. 85 to the inside of the 98. 85 gets tight up on the 98. Trying to work to him. Ryan Fine, free back here just a little bit. Wall tap out of the corner. Oh, Brandon Banks, same thing. Banks slides up the race line just a touch. He's good. 1.3, 1.4. It's needing that gap to close down a little bit. Maybe not, maybe so. We'll see. 14 laps to go. Strickland has worked his way back into the 12th spot. Started fourth. The dang old single car incident. How to make it happen. Fred Chase just ahead, 94. See John Hammond just behind. John Hammond giving a 5.7. Out there managing. Been a calm night. It's been a calm race. 13 laps to go. Nathan able to manage now. Crownover is going to be in third. If you guys have liked Fontana, well then I hope you've enjoyed the race and continue to enjoy racing just like this each and every dang old week. Oh, man. Excuse me. About all the racing. Brandon Banks still up 16 spots. Clint Hackett up 14. Ron Holyfield, 3 1/4. Clint came in on lap 81. One of the drivers that came in just a little bit later. But still having a pretty phenomenal day. John coming to pit road. Trying the double pit stop strategy. Well, he manages to do his thing. 6 spots gained for Jeff K. Nathan Bigart. Still out front, Chris Justice. Anthony Crownover, Jason Day, Joshua Siegfried, your top 5. Brian Fine, 4 seconds back from there. Jeremy Bailey, 3 seconds back from there. Brandon Banks on the run. Jeremy Bailey. Somebody swinging all the way down to the bottom. There's Jeff Laraway. He's having a good day. How about Churchy back here? That's that never quit attitude. It's that I don't give up. I don't want to give up. I'm a Twin Zeus kid. Oh, wait. That's not how that goes. All right. Bigart, Justice, Crownover, Day, Siegfried. Man, oh, man. 9 laps to go. Stay tuned, Sports. Still part of the Chop Shop Racing Cup Series. We appreciate them. Taking it up Farm LLC. Admin Box. Richard Murtaugh Racing Driving Academy. And, of course, and always, we want to thank the Chopp'N podcast for being on board. Admin Box, Ball Status, B&B Music. All a part of Chop Shop. If you want to join this league, exclamation point Chop will put you out there. You can join the Chop Shop Racing Discord. And you can also check the links in the description. Check out the Chop Shop Racing website. And, of course, make sure you check them out on YouTube. Always a blast to be able to do it. Thank you to, of course, our partners, sponsors, and affiliates, Matt Allen Esports, and, of course, Lunatic Designs, and our friends over here at Chop Shop for being our driver camp sponsor. All the massiveness. Going to check out Matt Allen Esports because Matt Allen is trying to grow his following. We encourage drivers to stream. We encourage everybody to do just that. Find yourself a day to stream, a day to manage. Jason Day on the 100 right here, actually catching Anthony Crownover. Crownover, 7 laps to go. That's a long way around this racetrack. That's 6 minutes of racing. 6 minutes to try to make the gap happen. Chris Justice doing what he can here to hold on to second. Right over a second and a half separating the 5-2. Joshua Siegfried in that 5th spot. Brian Fine in 6th. Jeremy Bailey in 7th. Brandon Banks still in 8th. He's got around and sees Fred Chase throwing his back bumper. Fred Chase, again, fastest lap of the race, 39.77. It was a massive lap. Fred Chase came in on lap 80. Fred trying to clear Brandon Banks. Will do so. And Hackett again up 15. Cleared Jacob Emery. Emery working. Having a better race on Holyfield. 2.8 the gap there. Anthony Crownover. 1.4 the gap. Euler. First driver off the lead lap, I do believe. Jerry Culver As Jeff K just ahead. Culver, last driver of the lead lap, sees Jeff K and Craig Bridge Jr. Jacob Emery and Clint Hackett, half second separating those drivers. We see off duty on pit road, Pat Green out of the race, Joe Hudson, Tyler Lemon, and Abdallah coming off pit road, I believe just a moment ago. This should be good. Rayburn coming to pit road with 5 laps to go. Rayburn chose the short cycle, 2 1/4. The gap on corner exit, 2.2, as it shows on the relative. And right now, everybody doing what they can. 1.3 seconds back to Jason Day from Anthony Crownover. Not a bad dang old race. This racetrack races really well, folks. Races really, really well. Five weeks in to this schedule. Season 6 is showing up next week. Drivers go to the Daytona Road Course. Las Vegas the week after that, September 12th, will be the bye week for those drivers. And then Talladega, Rockingham for the throwback race on September 26th. Yep. It'll be a good time. Five weeks in. Strickland has a win. Bigart has 2 wins, and David Durant has a win. So this will be the 3rd win if nothing happens for Nathan Bigart. Jason Day has closed down that gap to Anthony Crownover with 2 laps to go. Bigart, 2.4. Look to try to see it happen. Chris Justice in the race spread out. Jeff K again, the 41. Being Jerry Culver there on the bottom side. K3 10th. 41, try to work forward. Give it on 81. Jerry Culver give it on 65. Try to make it to the end. Bigart coming around. We'll take the white flag. Final lap. Chris Justice, 2.5 back. Anthony Crownover about to be under fire from Jason Day on the final lap. Does Jason Day have enough? As Anthony Crownover ran a 40.6 that last time by. And Jason Day about a 10th better. Needs to soak it up. Can he get there? But Nathan Bigart, final time in 3 and 4. Coming around, will have his 3rd win of the season. He wins at Autoclub. Chris Justice will finish 2nd. Anthony Crownover out of the corner will finish 3rd. Jason Day, valiant effort up 12 spots, will finish in 4th. Joshua Siegfried in 5th. Jeremy Bailey, Brian Fine, Fred Chase coming across the line. They're going to finish inside that 8th spot. Brandon Banks finished in 9th. Stryker rebounds to a top 10. Ron Holyfield, Clint Hackett, Jacob Emery coming across the line. Greg Bridge Jr. looking to battle. He's good. Gary Culver keeping himself ahead of Jeff K. Those drivers will finish on the lead lap. Bueller a lap down. Roberge a lap down. Jeff Laraway, John Hammond. Hammond give it a 101. All right. Good race. Big R to celebrate. As long as the drivers finish that. There it is. There it is. They did it. Old Ninja Turtles won. Big Art, Justice, Crownover your top 3. Jason Day, Joshua Siegfried your top 5 as drivers coming back around. Bailey, Brian Fine, Fred Chase, Brandon Banks, Michael Strickland, again your top 10. Holyfield, Hackett, Emery, Craig Bridge Jr., Jerry Culver your top 15. Jeff K, Mike Bueller, Chris Roberge, Jeff Laraway, John Hammond your top 20. Then down the rest of those race results. Brad Dove, David Steiner, Mark Ratched, Adam Dama, Brian Rayburn, your top 25. Churchy, Tony Sanders, Tyler Lemon, Joe Hudson, Brock Duty. Duty was just having issues, and Pat Green had a little bit earlier than that. So yeah, it was a good race. Very comfortable and calm race. That's what I'll put. That's what it is. Calm race. All right. Throw some things up. Week 5. Not a bad day. Thank you to Penguin for being the race controller. He's pretty stinking awesome. As it would be. Let's talk to your race winner, Nathan Big Art. Comes home in victory lane. New Hampshire is the man. That's a fun race. It's calm.
Oh, yeah. Awesome race. No cautions. Can't beat it.
I don't know.
Ooh, sorry, I'm sweat.
That's all right. About 3/4 of the way through it, I was like, and Penguin was like, shush your mouth, sir. And no, man, great battle with you and Banks. I would love to have seen how that would have played out there. I mean, it was Autoclub. I don't know what else to say. I've come to expect great racing at this racetrack, and we saw a lot of it tonight. All the way through the field. This one just kind of caps off a good night.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, good battle with Banks. I was actually trying to work with him and just trying to get a gap before the pit stop coming up. Sometimes two cars, as we did, you work together and just try to help each other get away and break the draft, and it worked really well. And then obviously we don't get to do green flag pit stops a lot, and do the full cycle, but when it comes down to it and you got to do it and the race goes green from there, that pit stop is key. You really got to nail it. You can't make mistakes, can't speed on pit road and get a penalty. You got to optimize your entry and your exit and just try to have a good, in lap, out lap. It means a lot. It gave me a good lead coming out. I think Banks must have did something to mess it up, for him to fall back as far as he did. But then it gave me the gap I needed to save some tire for the end, and it just worked out that way. Man, these guys did an amazing job tonight, keeping it green the whole way, and just really excited to get the new paint job in Victory Lane. Was some turtle power tonight, and we got it done.
Yeah, Banks, he spun out on pit road.
Yep.
That dang old Auto Club pit road takes some of the best out. But it was still good. Still a good race. Still, I don't know what to say. It was good. This one's gonna be kind of mellow. I mean, Nate, congrats, man. This 3rd win. That's awesome.
Yeah, definitely an awesome night. Like I said, I'm excited. I love when we get to do green flag racing like this, and we're not doing a bunch of cautions. We're not having a bunch of wrecks. Nobody's mad at each other. We just had everybody laughing and smiling in Discord and on the radio. You can't ask for a better night when everyone's having fun and no one's mad at each other. So I'm excited, man. It was a great night. But I'll give my shout outs.
Yep.
Shout out to the admins, Chop Shop League, everyone that does all the work for us, man. Really appreciate everybody in Chop Shop. All the drivers tonight. Shout out to Justice for a great run at the end. I was trying to, save some tire, let him catch up a little, but I didn't want to get him within draft distance, so that 2.5 I started trying to hammer down and pull away. But it wasn't a guarantee that I was going to, and he made it difficult. I had to push pretty hard. So great job by him. Great run by Banks early. Crown over. I had a good battle with him after the stage end, and I think he realized how important that clean air was because he wanted it after that stage. So that was fun. Great racing with everybody tonight. Shout out to you, Jason, Signature Esports, Chopp'N It Up podcast for sponsoring the series. All the fans out there watching, supporting you and Chop Shop. And my #1 fan, she's not watching live tonight because she just got home from vacation, but she's going to watch it tomorrow. So love you, Mom.
All right, brother. We'll see you soon.
Have a good one.
That's Nathan coming home in victory lane tonight. P2 is this man, Mr. Chris Justice, doing the thing that is streaming and driving and managing. What a rebound! I know you were saving there for a long time, because then I started watching you make passes, and I was like, all right, well, this is going to be really interesting when it comes to a green flag pit cycle, and able to just find the margin. But like Nathan was saying, he was trying to work with Banks to stretch the lead out, and those two staying hooked up really kind of made a big difference when it came to getting, being able to be within that margin when you guys came to pit road tonight. It was all about clean air. Apparently you needed some friends.
You do definitely need some friends, and when Banks and Bogart get together, it's almost impossible to keep pace with them. I don't think even if I had 3 people working with me, we could have caught up. But thankfully, the entire race went green. We only had the one caution for the stage. Some phenomenal racing out there. I almost messed up my pit road entry. Luckily, I didn't get a black flag, was able to come out, and I was surprised I came out as high up as I did. I thought I'd be further back. And then, after that final pit stop, it was just a matter of get as much as you can, but save as much as you can, which is difficult. And when I got to second place and I saw how far Nathan was, that was probably the biggest challenge that I faced since I've been with Chop Shop is how do I catch him, but how do I not wear my stuff out where I lose what I have? But this was an extremely fun race. I really enjoyed it.
This racetrack should never have gone away.
100% agree.
I'm so glad we get to race it still, and it's going to be, it's a permanent fixture when it comes to iRacing, and it's pretty stinking cool to be able to find the level of dependency not only on the car, the tire model, but also it seemed like there was no fall off on these tires because your lap times. They were I say no fall off. About a half-second fall off is what I saw for the most part. I mean, we did have, some 39.8s, 39, only one 39.7 out of the whole field. But for the most part, drivers run a 40-second laps, and fall off is roughly about between 5 and 6/10 of a second. That's insane to watch that happen on this tire model.
I think that's probably the most impressive thing throughout the time that I've been with this series is everybody did a phenomenal job managing their tires early. Nobody was trying to hot lap it, doing quality laps right at the beginning of the run. They were really conservative, yet fast. It was very hard to pass. You'd almost have to use up your tires to get a position. Just a phenomenal job by everybody managing, giving, taking. But yeah, the tire model was really good this race. I thought we would have a lot more as well. During my practice, I did a few solo practice sessions, and I think the track temperature may have been hotter, which was the difference. But it really fell off a lot more than what I was expected, so it kind of threw my line off there for a while, but once I got it, I was able to get that speed back up.
Worked out, man. Looked like it was a ton of fun. I'm a little jealous because this is such a great racetrack, and this is probably one racetrack that I would drive this car on, and no official capacity, but it'll be fun to see what iRacing does. Maybe they do. I mean, when they make this a legacy track, maybe they put up a legacy series, and this would be kind of cool to be able to go to.
And that's one great thing about iRacing. Even though the track's no longer there in real life, we still get to enjoy it in the simulator. We get to enjoy it in so many different configurations with cars, next-gen Xfinity trucks, even Gen 6, Gen 4. So I'm very thankful for that.
Ton of fun. Chris, congratulations on the P2 tonight, brother. Give you shout-outs. It was a ton of fun to watch.
I got to shout out Chopp'N Auto Care, Chad and Jennifer Wilby for sponsoring me and Jeremy. They're our biggest supporters, our biggest fans. I know they're watching on Jeremy's Facebook stream on the official Troutman Auto Care Facebook. Go check them out. This one's for you guys. Also, Coronado Cole for all their support throughout the years. To my teammate, Jeremy Bailey, who had, I think, a 6th place finish tonight. So a great run for him. Our new teammate, Jacob Emery, first race with us. He got a top 15. So congrats to him. And a shout out to David Duran, who scheduling conflicts won't be with us, but we'll miss you, buddy.
Terrible. David had a win. That's terrible. He needs to get. I don't care about scheduling conflict. Get your butt back over here and run when this. Anyway, that's my.
I'll agree, and I'll pass that along to him.
Stinking David. I like David. You're back over here. Anyway, Chris, much love, brother. I appreciate you as always, and enjoy your races. I'll see you next week.
All right. Thank you, and keep up the great work, buddy.
Thank you. That's Chris Justice coming home P2 tonight. And last but not least, my brother from another mother, guy who was in my very first race, getting to talk to him again. Sir Anthony Crownover, P3 tonight. There you go. How about that?
I know, right? And I didn't hit anything. Well, I hit the wall a little bit. It kind of slowed me up a little bit.
The wall does come out and jump us, but, we got 6 lanes of travel, so, we might as well use the wall, too.
Yeah, just trying to find the right line there. Should have got some practice laps in, but, man, that was a good time. It was nice not having cautions and just getting to run it out.
That was one of the things that Nate said too. Just being able to have a green flag pit stop, getting out there, finding pace, and Chris was I was talking to Chris about tire wear, or the lack thereof tire wear kind of situation. It's so minuscule to think that that the draft could be so important on a track like this. But I mean, it is. If you can work with somebody, you can work with somebody. But you kind of got to be on the same page. You guys were duking it out, man. You and Nate had a heck of a battle there, and then just watching. You got out there and you led some laps. You did what you needed to do, and had a really, really, really good night.
Yeah, and I needed one in this series, anyways, in the Cup cars. And I should have worked with Nate there. I know better, but we were having fun, man. I know how important clean air was, and we were having fun. And then I seen that we let everybody catch back up, so I tried to, all right, let's not play anymore. Let's try to go. So I was trying to stay at least in the top 2 or 3, because I know the more cars you're behind, the harder it is to drive. It's harder on the right front. The aero push was horrible tonight in these cars. And finding the difference between the lines, like talking to Chris, between being fast and that long run line, and a perfect, a good mixture of the top and bottoms to kind of get that even wear on your right front and right rear. And I didn't do a very good job of it there the last run. I wanted the clean air too much. I kind of burned them up a little bit there at the beginning of that run. It kind of hurt me at the end. So I thought, well, let me pull in here to the pits real quick and try to make up for it. And it did a little bit, but I had a bad pit entry, didn't practice it, and I know you can make up a lot on that. So I lost a little bit to Nate right there, and just couldn't get it back. A little bit of right front damage because I got a little bit overzealous in one of the corners and hit a little bit hard. And I could tell it was really killing my right front that last run.
Well, I mean, it was a good night. I mean, a phenomenal drive. This is a track that, I would say that I would expect, you to have a top 5 night, and just because of the legacy that Autoclub has, and you're up there battling and making moves and trying to figure out what your pace is.
Yeah, and you know me, I love this track. I think I've won here in just about everything except maybe the next gen cars. And I've won by fuel mileage. I've won by tires saving. It's just depending on the car, depending on the set, it's just all different. So I love this track. I wish in real life they would have never stopped going there, because I feel like I'm not a next gen believer, nor do I like them, but I feel like it produces some of the best racing with the next gens on this track that they did have, and then they got rid of it. So that was a little bit disappointing.
Yeah, I think the last time they ran Autoclub was pre next gen. I don't think Autoclub has been ran with the next gen car. That
I thought they did 1 year on it, but maybe I'm getting iRacing confused in real life.
you know what we do all the time. I'm looking it up because I might be wrong. 2023. So yes, they did run the next gen car. Oh wait.
Yeah, and I think it was Chicagoland that we never got to see the next gens on.
Pala Casino 400. Kyle Busch won it in the number 8. So it would have been the next gen car. Yeah. Chicagoland's getting it though next year. So if they can bring back Chicagoland, they can stop the sale of Fontana and go fix that track and put it back.
Exactly.
My opinion. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Anthony, give you shout outs, man. P3 finish tonight. It is stream 1 of 2 for me. So we're gonna take a break and chill for a moment. Crazy.
Well, as always, shout out to you, Signature. Always do a great job. Been around since day one. And have fun in your, I think it's Midnight Thunder tonight. Have fun doing that. I'll try to tune in, and shout out to the Chop Shop and to the race team Pro Rev. Brian did a good job tonight. Finished in P7, I believe. And shout out to Connor Hazel on all the paints for all my series. And shout out to Papa John's because I'm starving and I'm about to go pick up my pizza.
Yeah. I wish I could have Papa John's. We used to have a Papa John's here, and guess what? Close that sucker down.
Oh, that's disappointing.
It's very disappointing. Now we've got like 70 pizza places and no Papa John's, and I'm like, yeah. Terrible. And Papa John's has a dang old gluten-free pizza, and I can eat it. And they don't have a Papa John's here. They have the best garlic butter sauce of all the pizza chains. Just gonna say that. Now I want Papa John's and I can't have it. Anthony, go enjoy your pizza.
Thank you, sir, with my watering mouth right now.
Go get it. Yeah, you're making me have it. That's it's terrible. All right. We'll see you later, man. Congratulations on P3.
Thank you, sir.
That's Mr. Crownover coming home in 2-3. We love him. We appreciate him. He's an absolute legend. I like Big Art's new car. I like it too. I think it's a great paint scheme. Hard charge tonight is Clint Hackett up 16 spots. Love it. Love it. The dang old win comes by the way of the 01. Good race. Thank you to Chop Shop. Thank you to Chop It Up Podcast. Thank you to Stay Tuned Sports, Boss Taz, BB Music, Admin Box, and all the fine stuff that is out there. We love and appreciate everything that happens with racing, and it's a great race tonight. So, but it is stream 1 of 2, and excuse me, I am going to I'm sorry, just going to end the stream on YouTube and Facebook. Twitch, you stay live. Actually, Twitch, I'm going to shut you down. I'm going to restart the computer, and then I'm going to come back. But this was a ton of fun. We've got Daytona for the Sim 500 Midnight Thunder Series coming up next. Want to make sure that we get things out there. Folks, if you want to help Signature Esports in any way, make sure that you like, follow, subscribe. It's all free. We always appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. Roberts, thank you for the like out there as well. I did see that. It is awesome. Thank you, folks, very much for being the coolest cats to ever grace this absolute nation. As always, be good, be safe, be kind to one another. That's the most important factor of life. I will see you guys here in about an hour and a half. It'll be cool. We'll see you soon.